Okay, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, by a raise of hands in this room, how many of you saw the story of what happened in Torah Vodaas with student, teacher, tefillin, etc.? Anybody? Come on, if you were on like your WhatsApp chats, look at that, amazing. Okay, for those of you, I think 3 of you who did not, let's take a sneak peek at our Torah Vodaas film. Thank you to the many at the Yeshiva Torah Vodaas, America's Yeshiva, as it's known, who made this happen, and we'll take it from there. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention.
My name is Yaakov Yehuda Kramer, and I'm in 8th grade in Yeshiva Torah Vodaas. My teacher in the afternoon is Mr. Berger.
Mr. Jonathan Berger, an unaffiliated Jew, has been a member of the Secular Studies teaching department for the last 26 years.
I've taught grade 6, 7, and 8. I've taught English, math, social studies, and science. For the last 10 years or so, I've been mainly in the 8th grade of the yeshiva.
The boys very often share with Mr. Berger what's important to them. Having just celebrated their bar mitzvahs, tefillin is constantly on their minds.
The boys had always asked me to put on tefillin. For some reason, I always brushed them off. It just wasn't something that was part of my life.
Recently, I was walking in the hallways of yeshiva, and I was approached very excitedly by a number of the 8th graders who said, Rabbi Pearl, did you hear? Mr. Berger said that if Kramer gets 100 on the midterm, he's going to put on tefillin every single day from now until the end of the school year.
The big day arrives, the day of the midterm, and the Rebbe comes in first thing in the morning, and he sees one of his Talmidim sitting there with a social studies book, right before Hebrew class starts.
From 8 o'clock in the morning till I arrived at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, he spent his time studying social studies. He was going to prove me wrong.
I felt like this was my opportunity to help him grow in Yiddishkeit and realize what a frum Jew is.
He proceeds to take the test, and he excitedly brings it into me. I was actually proctoring the test in the other room.
Mr. Berger is marking the test, and the pressure is mounting, one after the next. The kid is batting 1,000. Every single answer correct. Sure enough, he pulled it off. He scored 100. Mr. Berger said, "A man is only as good as his word. I intend on keeping the promise that I made and wearing tefillin every day for the rest of the year."
That evening, Mr. Berger actually sent me a text saying that he hadn't used his tefillin in a while, and he wasn't sure if they were even kosher, and he asked me if I could please bring my tefillin in so that he could put them on the next day.
I got to the yeshiva, and I barely could get up the staircase. And I said, "What's going on?" They said, "The whole yeshiva's out on the 2nd floor. Everybody's waiting for you to arrive. Everybody's waiting to watch you put on tefillin."
It was literally as if a simcha was taking place in the hallway. The word had spread. Previous students of Mr. Berger's from the high school came down. There was a crowd in the hallway.
Everyone felt very excited that he was putting on tefillin. He also felt very pumped about it.
For the first few days, Mr. Berger went ahead and used my tefillin to put on. After a few days, one of our 8th grade parents found out about what was going on in the classroom and actually offered to purchase a new pair for Mr. Berger to use.
I immediately ordered them. My brother was able to get them from his sofer in Eretz Yisrael, brought them in.
Every day he comes into class and takes out the tefillin and starts rolling up his sleeve. And boys in the class started giving him books about tefillin. One boy even brought him a transliterated siddur so he's able to read from it.
A short while after Mr. Berger began wearing tefillin daily, somebody mentioned to him, that there's an incredible shmira, protection, that could be offered for your body if you wear tzitzis every day.
That day he told her, "I probably want tzitzis," and I ran out to the store and got him tzitzis, and since then he's wearing it every day.
About 4 or 5 weeks after the entire incident, Mr. Berger actually approached me and mentioned that he felt that this entire episode had changed his life and he wanted to give back to the boys. So he thought that he would go ahead and offer a pizza party. He asked that we invite the entire 8th grade because he felt that they were all really part of the transformation that was taking place.
Of all my 26 years here, I will always remember the class of 2022 because they brought something to me that the other 25 years I didn't have. I hope that even when you graduate that you'll be able to come back here and see me, that I'm continuing to do the things that you taught me, and hopefully to take it even a little bit further in the future.
Ladies and gentlemen, Yaakov Yehuda Kramer over here. Yaakov Yehuda, I appreciate you coming out tonight to be with her. I want to ask you a question. I think by raise of hands, 80% of the room had seen that video. Everyone. What I want to know from you is, what impact did that have on you? Watching his words, his response, what impact did that have on you?
So, one impact that it had on me is that I realized that you could just be a young boy. You don't have to be a big Kiruv professional. You don't have to be experienced. You could just be a simple young boy or simple person to be able to make a Baal Tshuva. Another thing I realized is that you have to keep on trying. I went over to Mr. Berger in the beginning of the year, and he just brushed me off. He told me stop trying to waste class time. He just kept on pushing it off until finally, after I kept on trying and persisting, he finally agreed.
That's great. Did you ever think that when you had him put on tefillin that at the end of it he would feel that you did him the favor?
Yes, for sure.
You knew it. That's what it's all about. Determination and knowing that what you have is greater than anything in the world. Did you know a kid named Akiva Altshul? Do you know him?
No.
Okay, well, check out this video. I'll show you a little bit about who Akiva Altshul is.
גם תשמע.
Yaakov, have you ever seen that video?
No.
Akiva Altshul is a boy who saw what you did, and he was inspired by you. So what he did was he went to his teacher, and he got his teacher to put on tefillin.
I think he got a 45 on the test, though.
Yeah, the whole deal has changed. Now you get 80s to put on tefillin in Torah Vodaas, apparently. How does that feel that you did something, and now not only was there the impact on the recipient, but Klal Yisrael is saying, hey, wait a second. How come he gets to do this stuff? And it's inspired to go. And now there's probably 1 million teachers in Brooklyn putting on tefillin right now, that's for sure. The waiters are all putting on tefillin after they found out about this. But how does that feel?
So what really I got inspired by is that my neighbor came over to me and he told me that his teacher is not from, and they tried convincing him throughout the year, and they got him to put on tefillin once.
I think that we see mitzvah gereres mitzvah, meaning you started with something. In today's day and age, if everybody here saw the film, so did they, so did students who have this idea. And Amir Hashem, not only will people, teachers, I think that, they're going to come to school to teach in Torah Vodaas, I think with tefillin already on, so that they don't have to go through this whole process.
In Torah Vodaas, if you're in the secular department, forget about it. You got to put on tefillin. That's the rule.
Right. It's a better hope than having someone get 100 on the test. That's for sure. But really, Yaakov, I am honored to have you with us here today, because I think that the message that you just spoke about and what you did is something that radiates in this room through the entire Shabbos for everyone here. And I think that the rest of the world has a tremendous amount to learn from you. So thank you.
Keep it up.
And now a commercial break, a beautiful Project Inspire story.